I cannot stress this enough. This is not a game I grew up with because I did not own a Super Nintendo as a kid. I had a Sega Genesis. Now I did play this at other people's houses, and much later on in life when I did get a Super Nintendo, I did own and play this game, Zone Not to Completion, which is one of the reasons why I am playing it now. Also, while the game is quite enjoyable, I am going to be suffering through it. For reasons that will become obvious. The damn baby. It is a very good game with a very insufferable plot, I guess. I am not a fan of the crying, which is only really a secondary annoyance. The simple truth of the matter is I'm just simply not a fan of the babysitting. And babysitting, you do a lot in this game. You know how when you play something like, say, a role-playing game and you have a sort of escort quest? You may disagree with me, but I am of a very, very strong opinion that this entire game is basically an escort quest. You have to escort the crying Mario from when you find him to whatever happens at the end of the game, which I honestly don't know, because I must confess again that I've never bothered to complete it. I am not a fan of escort quests. Even in games that I thoroughly enjoy, games that are quite possibly some of my favorite games to play, when they come up with an escort quest, it's not the good part of even the best games I've ever played. Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. Well, let's get this shit over with. Now I will be using save states, like I always do in these games. The whole reason I even got this console wasn't just because it had so many games on it. It was because I can save state into particularly these games. Most games that I do on here that have a save function, I know this is one of them, but I don't really count it because it's a platformer, but RPGs, JRPGs, things like that. Yeah, I do use the save feature in regards to the save states. That's really more a matter of convenience than necessity for me. Platformers and things like that, I need to use save states in, because I don't want to have to play the game over again. If I die, that is. Nor do I want to complete the game in one sitting. And I am going to want to be able to do other games while I'm doing whatever game that I consider a necessity for me to use save states in. Alright, I don't know how I am going to be doing this because the chapters are made up in multiple levels. They can be quite short, similar to how, well, let's be honest, the original Super Mario World was. And the Sonic games I've done. But I might be doing it literally one level at a time. If for no other reason than I've got a sneaky suspicion that this is going to be a somewhat insufferable game for me. A game I love to hate and hate to love. So let's get this over with first. Because I am not playing with a Super Nintendo controller, or something that's even reminiscent of a Super Nintendo controller. Get everything done. Get my bearings. Figure out the controls. This is probably going to be insufferable for you for the beginning anyways, but if I have to suffer, you have to suffer too. And not really, I am not of that attitude in all honesty. I try not to let people suffer when I'm suffering, but in regards to this, it can't be helped. Just saying, bear with me, and no, it is not going to... God damn you. This is not going to be a 100% run. Oh, son of a bitch, I am fucking up already. Well, I probably should have done a practice file. Played the game a little bit before I did this. Get myself familiar with it. But I didn't. I am playing this semi-blind. Is this over? No, that was just the introduction. Son of a bitch. This is going to be bad. Very, very bad. And I really have no excuse other than inexperience. I used to be very good at these games, platformers and the like. But sometime during the, let me say, 96, and past that I've been more interested in RPGs and what have you. And have been since then playing a hell of a lot less platformers and first-person shooters, which I was a fan of. Though that was honestly more, for some reason, back more when first-person shooters were a more PC thing. Not that I have any problem with first-person shooters on consoles. It's not that consoles are bad for first-person shooters, it's that they've become a lot less interesting for me. Which in all honesty is a very big shame because first-person shooters, for me anyways, do play, usually anyways, a lot better on a console. I can't... There are different... Okay, maybe not. I can't stress enough how much back during the day of when there was actually a big difference between PC and console gaming, that I just always enjoyed the convenience of having a controller versus a mouse and keyboard, or even a mouse and joystick. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Nowadays, there's basically no major difference between PC and console, say for price and what have you. See, back during when this game was relevant, one of the great benefits of a console was the game was guaranteed to work. Now, I'm not just talking about, say, your PC's not powerful enough to play. I mean, if a game was released, it either worked or it didn't. There were no day one patches. There were no bugs needing to be fixed before the game was even, or after the game was released. They were guaranteed to work. Now, I do not necessarily despise this digital age of gaming, but I do miss when not just carts, but even physical discs were a necessity for consoles. Let's check the stats. 15, 8, 3. Quite poor, but I am not doing a 100% run at all. What is this? Oh, a minigame. I forgot about the minigame. Complete. Well! This bodes well. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care, and bye.